If anybody has any questions, go ahead. I'm printing 500 of these decals that are 1 5/8. So I'm doing them in 50 increments because, I just want to make sure there's no bad tracking with the contour cuts or the kiss cuts. So as you can see, it's going one at a time. And 50, 100. This would be my 200 set. So I get an idea how long it'll take. I mean, this is 720 by 720. Just the black and white decal. So it doesn't need to be any high res. There's no graphics other than just that line art. I'm just going to go ahead and plug in the battery without trying to disturb it. There we go. Not doing much of a talk video. I can, if anybody wants. And for those watching, this is just the Bn20. It's not the Bn20A. It's the Bn20, so you can see that there's two magentas, and these are all 440 cartridges in there. If you're a new user and you just bought it, I don't recommend using the 440s because warranties might be affected, and technically 220 is supposed to be in there. So 440s do work. As you can see, I have those in there now. If this was the Bn20A, you probably could have been a little bit faster on this print. You can't run everything fast, even on the Bn20A, because you'll suffer on your quality. But stuff like this, line art, black and white, oh yeah, you could run that. I'm running at 720 by 720, so, and it's bi-directional. Just an easy job, just something I wanted to throw live while I'm printing. I gotta have 500 done, and that will be 200 right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this off so I can start on cutting them down. Just a little late night printing, guys. I like to get most of my printing done at night where I'm not getting bothered by all my kids, my wife, everybody. So I come down in the shop and I just knock stuff out. Also I'll throw that out there. This job, and I get a couple a week probably that come from YouTube videos where they see videos and they ask if I'll print jobs, and this is one of them that I got this week. I'm not showing the actual job, but I'm just showing it. So if anybody else, if you do have work that you maybe want me to do, with my camera, it's following me around. If you have anything you think I might be able to do for you, I'll definitely give you wholesale pricing. And if it's something I don't do, depending on the media, I'll definitely refer you to one of my YouTube friends that also do the same stuff. So I mean, I would hope they would do the same back. But anyways, yeah, this is just a 500 decal job. I just cut 200 off so I can start trimming these down. And they're 1 5/8, black and white. So I'm doing 720 by 720 on draft 3 in VersaWorks. So just gives you an idea how long it'll take to do 500 decals. Look how long I've been live for, and that'll tell you how long it took to do 200. You definitely can make money on this machine, guys. This machine's been great. I love it. Adding it to my Latex, it's man, it's been a great help. Whenever I'm running stuff on that, I could pump out a lot of this stuff. It's nice piecework. So great machine. I like it, and the print's phenomenal. The print head on the Bn20 print's great. I'll let that go. Hey, congrats, Patrick. I remember. Yep. Why am I printing on the Roland, not the latex? Well, simply because I'm running. I was running earlier on the latex, and I had banner material still in there. And then I actually love running the Roland. I've done a lot of these small jobs with it. There's, the job that's in there now actually came from him. It was a PNG, so it's raster. So the image actually prints better raster on the Roland than the latex, just because of the droplet size. So you can get a better print on the Roland Bn20 than I can the latex, just because of the droplet size that the Bn20 puts out. Like I said, this was a PNG, so the text is pixelated, or everything on there is pixelated. You're not going to see it on here, even if I showed you. Can't even tell, but it's, it's great. It's like I said, I could do a lot of my banners and stuff printing on the latex while this is just going. At this point, I don't think I could live without this Bn20. If I did get rid of it now, I would have to have another latex. And I still love the latex for the speed. That would be awesome. Like, this stuff would be easy. But I don't need to perf cut these. So really, I could just let it go. I'm just kind of enjoying my time down here watching TV, talking to you guys. So, yeah, I could do this on the latex. It would get done 5 times faster, 100% for sure. But, there's times where I just want to run it, and I'm still making money. So this just shows you 500 decals, it's going to take no time at all, and you're going to make money. So this is the kind of stuff you want, or people want when they're at home in their office. They want a machine that doesn't take a lot of maintenance. You don't have to fiddle around. I literally just set up a circle on the PNG and Corel and did the spot color for the Kiss Cut, and then I exported as a PDF right into VersaWorks, ready to go. And then I only did it as one. I didn't set it up as a group in Corel. I just set it up as one in Corel, and then I imported one, used VersaWorks for the rest. So Draft 3 in VersaWorks, 720 by 720, bidirectional. It's going really quick. So that was 50 decals right there that you saw printed and getting cut. So there's definitely money. Let's see, there's comments over here. Let me go back. The cost difference. How's it going, Alex? Thanks for stopping by, man. How's that Bn20 going for you? I know you love it. The cost versus the latex, it's a little bit cheaper on the Roland, just because the ink's cheaper in general, and the media that I'm running on here. I forgot what it would be per square foot offhand, but I do know the media itself is for a roll, a 50 yard that I cut down for this is only 154 bucks versus 200. I think now that the HP media that I run on my latex is. So that already saves me 60 bucks on a roll, 50 yards. And then obviously I'm cutting it down and I'm running it. So this is the 20 inch. I have a 30 that I'll run on the latex too, but the ink is cheaper on the Bn20 all together. So you just spend more time, And if time is not your issue, if you're not going to have a shop, running one printer, if you're doing a lot of printing, this is great for somebody that has other things that they do, like heat pressing, shirts, and just vinyl work in general. See if I can have these comments pop up and disappear pretty quick. Usually when you buy your media, guys, like companies like LexJet or something like that, it'll tell you your price per square foot in the media when you have it in your shopping cart, so you know what your cost per square foot of just media. Then you got to look into the cost of just the printing, and overall, it's going to be cheaper on the Bn20 than it is on the latex, but it's going to take longer. So is that good or bad? I mean, it's good if you're a home person, you don't have a lot of overhead, and you're not running another printer, but or if you just have no time. That's awesome, Alex. I'm going to go back to the computer and type because messages disappear on the screen over there. I appreciate it if you guys hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. I'm a struggling new channel. For bumper stickers, Eddie, you don't want to use paper, but you could use any vinyl that you would print on, 651 or cal. Even cheap stuff. This is 3164 in here now. I think the 3165 is got the gray adhesive. So that's a budget calendar vinyl that I'm printing on here. The HP media that I do also that I printed here is a little bit more money, but the gray adhesive makes it easy to apply. Yeah, I'm honestly, I tried the Green Star stuff because I wanted a thicker decal. The 6 mil that US Cutters has, it prints like crap. The gradients, I don't know if it's the plastisol or whatever that's on that media to accept ink. It's grainy. Like if I'll do a gradient or just any spot color, like it is not a solid print across. So stay away from Green Star. It printed okay in the latex, but it's not that great either. But it does have good rigidity because it's 6 mil. These are 3.4 mil. So if you don't lam them, they're definitely going to be, a thin decal. So, but it doesn't matter. So when I'm sending these out to a customer, I won't weed them. I'll leave the matrix all on here because it helps keep the decal just stay flat. If you had edge to edge printing with cuts without lam, EcoSol will curl up edges. It hasn't done it with this backing, but I've seen it before. But this is 3164 Orcal. I like the Orcal. I do print on Arlon at work, and I've tried scraps at home. I'd have to look up the model, but the Arlon and the general formulation, they both do good too. And you can get budget vinyl for that. The Orcal 3164 is like 60, 70 bucks for a 50-yard roll, 20 inches. Yeah, Patrick, did you get the Green Star with your printer? Because that's how I got started on it. And I actually liked the fact that it was so thick. The 6 mil makes a real nice rigid decal for the latex. But they only gave me, I don't know, maybe it was like 20 yards or something. It wasn't a 50. So I used up the rest of that. But what I did was I have I went out and bought an 18-inch roll that they sell. And I have it down here. Yeah, this is an 18-inch that I got the Green stuff. And I didn't like the way it printed. Like I said, the gradients were terrible. I mean, it's like the print didn't get all the way to the media. It's like, you know, with vector solid graphics stuff like that, it was fine. It was just anything with a gradient that was terrible. So yeah, these are PNGs, and they're just a kiss cut around. They're so 720 by 720. It's so easy. So this is 250 going on 300 there. It's not taking long at all. So this is the kind of stuff this printer can do. You just set it and you forget it, and you just let it do its thing, and you could let it print money for you while you're doing everything else, and it's just doing it on its own, you know. Such a great printer. I'll say it, you know, it, like I said, the EcoSaw on this will print better than the latex. It's just way slower. The shortest on the latex, I believe, is 10 inches. I believe it is. Honestly, I haven't tested. I think 12 or something like that. But I know with the HP cutter that I got with mine, the 10 might be the smallest on the cutter as well. The Green Star laminate? I don't know. I've never bought that. I guess it's worth a try, but you kind of want to match your laminate with your media. What's recommended, you know what I mean? A lot of manufacturers will put on a recommendation for lam, you know, or if you're printing on 3M, you want to lam with 3M or Oracal, whatever. But I don't do a whole lot of lam at home. But when I've lammed some larger jobs from home, I just use my HP latex to print on the HP media, and then I use that Oracal lam. What is it called? The overlam. It's really expensive though. Yeah, Alex, it's funny you say that because it's like in cars, right? So if you guys know history of some of the cars, like I owned GMC Typhoons in the past, and GMC put it out. Chevy didn't want to put it out because they didn't want a truck sitting on the lot that would go faster than a Corvette. You know what I mean? And in 92, 93, they were faster than a Corvette back then, and Ferraris too. So yeah, it's the same concept. I believe that 100%. They have to make this small and slow just enough for somebody that needs a larger one that's going to be faster. They can make this just as fast. This is like 300 millisecond head speed. They could totally bump it up to 500 if they want. It's the same system, the way the belt pulls the head back and forth that you have on any plotter. So they just don't want to. The Bn20 has a fast mode, but the Bn20A, but it's not high resolution fast mode. So lower quality. It would work perfect for this. But yeah, they're not going to make this faster for a reason. So yeah, good point to make. People say, well, it's slow and this and that. Well, there's a reason it's slow. It's because it's priced at slow, and then they won't. A lot of people bump up to a 300, like an SG, SB, whatever, all the 300s. Why would they want a 300 then? Because a lot of home businesses can get away with a 20-inch machine. So yeah, I mean, the only problem is why. Well, what makes it slow? The whole process right now, what you're seeing is the cutting. It takes so long for the cutter. It uses a spiral screw to go up and down. That's why it's taking so long right now. Up, down, one circle. Instead of a traditional piezo gyro type, you know, plotter where it's just like we all know. They could totally put that on here, but that would make it too fast. Because the printing actually is not as bad. It's the actual cutting that makes it super slow. But the printing speed is 300 milliseconds. millimeter per second is what I meant to say. So that was another 100. Start another 100. Yeah, Patrick, I've owned 2 of those trucks. I've been a truck guy for a long time, but I also Mustangs. But I've owned MC Typhoons and several Pro Street S10s. I have a nice V8 S10 in the truck that I've been building for a couple years now. But yeah, that's what they won't make this faster. They're not going to make it faster than any other printer because then they would sell more of these and make less money versus any of the bigger line. I mean, it's a good marketing, you know, strategic plan, I guess. But this Bn20 has gotten so popular with people. You know, I haven't really talked much about it, but I got this as a demo. This is about 3 years old, and I had to do a bunch of cleanings to get it up and running right. And it was good right off the bat, man. It's super clean inside, and I was offered an opportunity, so that's the reason why I have it. I've always liked EcoSol, but never really the big machines for my basement. I have a window right here, but you know, in the old days, the EcoSol would stink a lot. So in latex, obviously, you guys know that water-based stuff, it doesn't smell, no odor. But I was okay with getting this. Excuse me, I was okay getting this because it's small. But man, does this thing print phenomenal, guys, versus, you know, latex. So, I mean, it's been great having it. 5 months now or something like that. Things I wish it did have, I wish it was, you know, on network. Yeah, Alex, did you wait for your warranty to expire before you went to 440s? Because I was told that if you just went right to 440, well, you'd have to use the first inks anyways. How long that would take, I don't know. They said that if you use 440s, they wouldn't warranty it if you had a problem because of the weight the 440 puts on inside the mechanism. I don't know if that's true or not, but it hasn't been an issue, obviously, for me at all. I still have a bunch of 220s down here. Over here. Oh, no, a couple sets. But the 440s there, they seem like they last forever. Plus, like you said, you can get the other ink. Man, it's so cheap versus the latex. That's the other thing. A 440, you can get for like, what? $70 JetPass? I don't even know. I haven't used the JetPass. I hear a lot of people do. This is still Roland ink, so. Hit that like button, guys. Patrick, are you talking about for the latex? Appreciate that, Alex. Yeah, it definitely helps. I don't do a lot of lives, guys. I want to start doing it. I just got to find and make the time, which is why I'm doing it, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30. I didn't expect anybody. I just figured I'd do it, and people popped in. I wasn't even expecting to talk, really. Yeah, Pat, I mean, that's the thing. If you buy the 115 versus the 315 or so on, you're going to pay for the ink up front. I might have talked to you about that. You know, the larger ink, what, 750s? You're going to pay up front for that 315, and you only have a couple sensors that the 115 doesn't have. So save $4,000, I think, or three to $4,000 just not having to buy the ink, but they make you pay for that up front. So any of these videos I've seen anybody run a 315 or even 365s, I don't see them doing anything different than I'm doing, so I couldn't see how I would benefit from having a 315. the skew sensors and stuff like that. I mean, it has everything you need. It definitely is a more budget printer, 100%. If, in all fairness, the 315 is a budget printer too. The whole HP Latex 300, 100 series are budget printers. Like I said, just the 300 up, you're going to pay for your inks up front. The 365 would be the way to go because it's a wider printer. That's the main jump. So if I were to go, it would be 115 to 365 and skip 315 because then you could do wraps. You could print 60-inch media, but you just got to make sure you have a 60-inch cutter. So. To be honest, though, about the ink, it's not going to be more expensive over time unless you have it maybe 10 years. And you probably won't. You know, you people won't. I know ink's gone up a little bit in the past year. I got this one, my Latex, in 2020. So I'm only 2 years in on it. Right. So you're gonna. It would take you a few years to actually say, oh, I'm spending more on ink. But you know, usually you start out with this 115, then you're going to jump up to a bigger printer or a better printer because you're making sales enough to justify it. So, you know, like I said, I'm a home shop. You guys see my channel. I'm in a basement. I have a nice size shop, but why do I'm not doing wraps. I have a friend who's local that he does wraps, and we work together, and I will send him all my wrap work because I don't do that stuff. So this was fine for me. 54 is where I wanted to go. I wanted to do banners and I wanted to do perf cut stickers. That's what I wanted to do on this. And a lot of HTV printing for my shirts. That's it. So the 115 for me is perfect. Now, if I did do other stuff, if I had other commercial work, then I would consider, you know, a larger one. So, or not a large one, but just a better machine. Actually, I would jump up to a Roland TrueViz now. But man, those are big machines, and I thought this 115 was hard to get in the basement. I couldn't imagine getting those other ones down here. I mean, I know that they're wider. I'd have to look them up, but so this isn't bad. It's 200 decals. Well, this is 150 right on here now at 1 5/8 inches. So it doesn't take that long at all. I'm doing 500 total. So it's just cutting slow, guys. I mean, the Bn20 is good for a home. I wouldn't say high production shop would own one, but it's good if you do other things. Alex knows he's making tons of money on stickers. Like it's running all day and it's bulletproof. This thing just runs itself all day long. It's like running a desktop printer, like, you know, an inkjet. You don't have to do much. This is Oracle 3164 on here, but I use the media and the Oracle because I cut them down. I have them cut down. But I like doing a lot of this stuff like these are going to go on some tins. This is perfect media for that. And it prints really nice. But again, a budget media. 3164 and 3165. Yeah, I can't imagine. Pat, I had a house before, and there's no way I would have been able to get this thing up there. So yeah, it was to get it in the basement. We had to literally stand it vertical. I hired 2 movers because I got a bad back and neck. But I hired these 2 movers. But me and my son still had to help. But it had to go vertical around the way my stairs go down in my basement because there was no way you were just going to carry one guy one each end. It had to be carried pretty much vertical. So, and I always tell my wife, we sell this house, we're going to bury this printer down here somewhere. We're going to put a spot and just cover it and leave it, or just dump it under the stairs and close off the stairs. I'm not bringing this thing upstairs anymore. And I'll get my money on it, money out of it before that, to not worry about it. Unless somebody wants to buy it and try to get it upstairs like I brought it down. But good luck, because I'm not helping bringing it up. No way. But it's down here now, and you guys see I got the room, you know. I mean, I have pretty large shops, so I mean, our pretty large basement, so I have tons of room. I could have, you know, 5 or 7 of those things in here. The Bn20 is well, the Bn28 is 500. I'm sorry, 5,500. It's getting late. And the Bn20 non-A, which is this, what, 64 still or something like that. But you can get refurbished ones for 59, I think. A lot of sites have them. I'd definitely be up for a refurbished one if I was in the market. But if I were to buy it new, what I would do now, I would get the Bn28. It's just, you know, it's got a little bit newer technology in the speed. It's the same print head. As far as I know, it's the same print head. It just has a fast print mode that does something with the lower resolution. But you only use 4 ink carts. Whereas this one, if you see, is 2 magentas and regular CMYK. So I've heard that you can go up to white or silver if you have a magenta machine, the 5th one. But you can't go backwards. If you have a white or metallic, you can't go backwards. And a lot of people have or struggle with the white and metallic. Like I would have gotten a white because I could have had a lot of use for white. But now that I've had this, I probably wouldn't, just because of the issues people do have. I mean, when a salesman from Roland says I would not go for the white, that's good enough for me to say I'll pass on the white. I didn't buy this one brand new. I got this. This is a demo unit. Somebody was watching my channel and they offered me a deal I couldn't refuse, and said they had a demo and it hasn't been running a while. So when I got it going, I did a bunch of cleanings. I got it cleaned up, and it was in like perfect condition inside. The head clean, everything, no splash ink inside there. So I passed up on it. That's how I ended up with this version. But I would do a Bn20A if I were to get another one. I don't see why I would get another one, but I have the latex in this, so I'm fine. So Patrick, well, I'm gonna see it. I hope you show those videos. I've owned townhouses in the past. I know we don't have a whole lot of room, but I have 4 kids now. There's no way we'd fit in one. But actually, my last house I sold was a townhouse, and I had to be in the garage because there was just no room there. And the only reason my wife is okay with me using the basement for everything here, for those that haven't seen, this is my shop here. Lasers down here, another vinyl cutter, small Graphtec, powder coatings over there. This is all my DTG printer stuff, and the UV printer from Waldo, and the Fusion IQ over there. Latex here. And on this side is just my HP Basic Sumo cutter. So plenty of room down here, but like I said, my wife, she was totally fine using the whole basement, only because we have a loft family room, so we don't need the extra space for a family room. So that's 200. It's finishing up this last batch. I got 200 on the table, so I only need 100 more. And it didn't take that long. And my thing is this: if you're a home business, you're a home shop, and you're just kind of like your part-time, like I have CNC. I didn't say it, but I have a CNC room back there that's plastic off. When I sell CNC work, I always make sure I'm getting at least $60, $65 an hour on that. So whatever I'm doing, I make sure that I'm getting that much per hour on that. That's plenty for me. And I don't run it every day. I don't have to, because I can run that 8 hours and that'll be work for the week. But I don't do as much on that as I have in the past. I have another channel. I have several channels, bigger channels actually, that show a lot of the stuff that I do CNC. And then I do a lot of laser. I don't show a lot of that because most of it's custom small stuff with names and stuff, and I don't put them up there. I'm in Chicago, well, just west of Chicago. I grew up in Chicago, but now I'm in the West Burbs. So now it's going in for the cut on that last 50 set. Alex, do you got videos up of your shop in the garage? I don't know if I've seen it. Eddie, no, you're not going to get much odor with the Bn20, and they claim there's not much odor either. Honestly, with everything that I have down here, especially with the UV, I don't smell anything ever from this thing. But yeah, no, I don't. There's virtually no odor, and that's what they claim on this machine. With older Ecosols, anything, Mutos, all the Prism Jet generic brands or all those whatever, those definitely put out odor, guys. I mean, I've smelt it. I've been around Mamaki's for years, 20 years, and if we didn't have it in a shop with an open area, oh, I would be nauseous all the time. There's no way. This, I don't know. It doesn't put out much. Nothing that I've noticed so far. And the Roland salesman people, they always say it's not as bad. If somebody had it in a small room in an apartment, would you be able to smell it? It's possible. Like, I don't know. I have not done that, so it's possible. You know what I mean? Guys, if you're just coming in the channel, hey, even if you're only here for like a minute, hit that like button, man. I really appreciate it. Those likes go a long way. Alex, who cares? You think I'm good at this stuff? You've seen my channel from the beginning, probably. Am I good at this? No, I've never put my face in any of I have YouTube channels from, I don't know, 15 years, from 04. I've never put my face in a YouTube channel video before until I started this printing thing. I mean, I've always done signs at home, but nothing, I had never had large format printing. Oh, Pat, I work for a sign company. I've worked for a sign company since 06. It's a big, large commercial sign company where we do commercial jobs. All your strip mall signs, channel letters, pylons, monuments. So I'm a commercial sign designer now. That's what I do. But I've worked in the shop. I've run all the equipment. I run the plasmas, the CNCs, the other stuff they have there. And because of the company I work for, it gives me the opportunity to do other things there. So yeah, I'm a commercial sign designer. I design pylons and monument signs and channel letters every day. That's what I do, and I'm working from home. So during the day, I'm upstairs in my office, which I need to move a little bit more or less distractions. So, but yeah, that's what I do. And then I've always done signs at home, vinyl work, not printing. Shirts and vinyl work is what I mostly did. So it's finishing up that last 200 batch. So I just need 100 more. There's definitely money to be made, guys. What have I used? I think I'm going to use like 14 foot. I'm gonna cut this off. Yeah, it's always interesting to see. That's why I like this YouTube, man. Like, I've met a lot of cool people on here. It's always cool to see what people do, outside of their home shops, whether it's making shirts or whatever. But there's a lot of us that actually have two jobs. So I'm printing the last two groups of 50s. Yeah, you got to get a 220 set up. And if you're like in an apartment you're renting, that's not always easy to do unless you buy that adapter that you plug in. It runs off of two 110s or whatever. I had mine. I'll show my 220 up here. So I had I'm in electrical union. I'm actually local 701. But see my 220 right there. I got two separate lines for my heater and the printer. So it's a separate breaker and everything. 20 amp breakers on those. For the Bn20, you don't need just regular 110, guys. There's nothing special here. Bn20 is just like running an inkjet printer. I mean, it's not that big. You know what I mean? It fits on a desk, any desk. I have it on one of these roll carts so I can move it around if I need to. You know, $100 roll cart off Amazon. It's nice. Sturdy one too. So, I mean, it's got some weight to it. It's not light, but it fits down here so I can just move it around if I need to get behind it or whatever. But I don't even, I could roll, I could, excuse me, I could insert rolls just from the front. I don't need to be in the back. That's what's good about the latex and this. You do everything from the front on the latex. You don't put anything behind it. It's right against the wall there with a little bit of space. With the Bn20, it's the same thing, but you just kind of put it back there. It's really easy. Yeah, the Bn20A is just a CMYK ink cartridge. There's no, get this out. There's no fifth cartridge option. Like this has two magentas, so it gives you the option to have white, silver, or another magenta. The Bn20A only has CMYK with 4 cartridges, so you're only limited to those 4, which is fine because it's basically what I'm doing here. But if you want to do silver, metallic, that option is there, but there's a lot more maintenance, and I guess you got to run the machine more. Otherwise, it could be a headache. Now, I don't have any experience running white or metallic on this machine. So, but the price difference is huge. I mean, you're going to pay new price, $1,500 more for the non-A. So honestly, if you don't need white, if you don't need silver, the silver would be nice to have, but you have to have the work for it because it does dry up. It has issues if you don't use it a lot, and there's more maintenance. But I would go for the Bn20A. I mean, really, that's what I would go for. Now, with the latex, you need that. You got to have at least, I think the heater was the heater. The printer itself is under 4 amps. I forgot what it is, guys. But I think the heater uses, it has to have, I'm not going to even say. I don't even remember what the requirement on the amp are for that. But you do got to have 2 separate ones. Yeah, is it 13? Yeah, you're probably right. It's been a while since I had to remember that. But yeah, you have a separate. You want to have a separate circuit, at least to have a circuit breaker for each of the one, because it could be borderline drawn 20, and you don't want to be too close. But that's how I did mine. And the cutter that came with it can run off 120. It can run off both. It doesn't really matter. But that's what's good about the Bn20. You plug it in your home socket. You know what I mean? And like I mentioned before, the only thing I wish it did have, even the 20A, would have it at least have it Ethernet capable. You know what I mean? It'd be nice to have it on the network. Then you could print from any computer around the house. There's a way to run. There's a way to share it, VersaWorks, and you could do that. But again, that's it. That's if you're running it, sharing it through your computer, not the network. Yeah, I just saw U.S. Cutter saying they had new stock, but these, because of maybe it's because of Corona and the popularity of it out there, everybody was trying to get their hands on these because it's a great machine, especially when the Bn20A came out because it made it more affordable for people. So everyone just started buying them up, and that's why it was taking so long to get them. People were waiting 4 months longer, I think, something like that. But yeah, the Bn20A, you'll save $1,500 right off the bat. But obviously, I did a video about the cost, guys. So you're not going to walk out of there with a $5,000 printer. You got to buy ink and you got to pay for the shipping. Most of those places don't offer the free shipping on these because they come freight or whatever, But you can't buy it without ink either. You have to buy the ink from whoever's selling you the printer. Yeah. If you're getting yours in May, Eddie, that's pretty good. Because I know that lately, or as of late, they're getting more in stock at different places. What is that one, Cold Desi, whatever that, I always see them advertise. They claim they had some in stock. So, I mean, they go fast. I see on the groups, people always looking for one for sale. Like, it's ridiculous. So, I know people are, it's in high demand. So right now you see how it's doing the cutting. So it's, yeah, if you wait, you're literally losing money. No doubt. Time is money. Unless you're printing like this and you're waiting. It's printing money. Yeah, Alex, I agree because running these after, you and I, like now, they know and your process flows, but there still has to be a big understanding of how programs work and your profiles and your outputting, PDFs, EPSs, TIFFs, and what program you're using and how you're exporting them. I see that I get a lot of questions all the time about it, and I have printing background, so it was easy for me. But nobody, if somebody's getting into this that has never printed before, there's a learning curve, 100%. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people get them and they have issues because they can't figure out the contour cut or they want a perf cut on these. And this is the absolute worst machine to perf cut. I've done tests and it works, but it's super slow again, the same as the cutter. I mean, actually, if you use the perf cut feature, it's just terrible. Every time you have a perf length like an inch or a half inch, up, down, it takes forever. So the best way to do, if you're gonna perf, which you shouldn't, is just set up another contour cut with deeper settings and just enough to cut through the decal to pop out. Because the least amount of up and downs, the better. So again, you're not gonna want to perf cut these out. Pat, that's why I do these videos because they don't offer a lot of great training. When I was doing stuff, I got a lot of advice. No, the perf cut is actually where it'll die cut the decal out. The kiss cut, also known as contour cut, just kiss cuts it on the releases it from the backing. That's all. But yeah, like there wasn't a lot of videos out, Pat, when I was doing this, obviously, and there was a few channels. Darren and a lot of those guys, Derek, great channels. Like I enjoy watching them. I still do. But that's why I try to do videos too. I don't like to edit videos. I just put on the camera. You know what I mean? But yeah, just links. I get it. When I got the HP Latex, Pat, it was the same thing. You got to like take that latex course so you get the extra like 2 months warranty or something like that. No problem, Eddie. But yeah, it's a learning curve on any of this. Yeah, the kiss cut will just kiss cut it like a contour cut in real terms, and then the perf cut, it actually creates a perf cut in the backing, so it comes out like a typical perf cut paper. You've seen them on index cards, you just old paper in your notebooks, it just peels out. That's a perf. So, but I would not do it on this. I'd perf cut all the time on the latex cutter, Suma. But yeah, there's a learning curve, guys. Yeah, I mean, the printer itself, if you get proper training from somebody or whoever you're buying it from, you're just, you got to know how to design, I guess, and how profiles and color works. And then you got to find what works best for you because not everybody's settings work the same for everybody. Everybody's designs are different. Everybody's creating designs differently, whether it's RGB, CMYK. That's the biggest problem I always hear people say. Why doesn't it look the same as my screen, or why doesn't it print the same color? You got to print the color on your printer so you can match up the colors you need. Your computer screen will be RGB. You're only going to see RGB colors. So you're not going to show your CMYK on an RGB screen. It's going to look different as the print. So you print your PMS charts, the CMYK and RGB and spot color, and then you pick the one that is the closest to what you're trying to get. And then you know what your output's going to be. So, if your CMYK values, equal, 651C PMS Pantone, then that's what you pick in your design. That's what you would choose the color for that. Most of my designs, if not all, are vector. I mean, I don't like working raster. I get files like this one's PNG, and it was a high enough resolution to print this, and it's doing fine. But I'll do a test print and I'll tell somebody really bad quality. So give me something better, or I have to recreate it, and that's going to cost. Yeah, I'll have to make. I know people have asked me in the past, and I just haven't gotten around doing it. But I've done videos where I printed the charts on the Bn20 and the Latex. So I'm gonna have to get the charts together that I use. A lot of the printers, the software, VersaWorks and Latex, they have color charts built into them too. So I know the VersaWorks has, you could print the charts that it comes with, and I've done those. That's right in VersaWorks. Latex, I usually just print color charts for what we use at work. So I just try to get the latest PMS books and the PDFs for those, and I just put them in and run them. If you just Google printable PDF charts or printable PMS printable charts, it's kind of jumbling the words, you'll find the PDFs for download. I just use the basic ones that I'll show you. I printed this one on the Latex and Roland, and it's been pretty accurate on all these colors. So if you got a spot color on a design, you just find the closest one and then look for it in your program and select it. But this is one that I use when on both, on Latex and the Roland. So print out your color charts on your machine. Everyone's machine is different, you know what I mean? And Latex, a lot of people, when they go back to print a job, they don't match. Colors don't match because, just humidity, I don't know, temperatures. But go by your PMS charts. Thanks for stopping by, Alex. Appreciate it, coming in late. Appreciate all you guys coming in late. But yeah, I just wanted to do a video on this. Printing it up just so people could see. So I did 500 of these. If you just came into the channel, I did 500. These are 1 5/8, and it's just a basic black and white. And I'm doing a 720 by 720 draft 3. I just chose one of the profiles, a generic profile for 720 by 720. It's bi-directional printing. So. Yeah, Patrick, I'll have to upload the PDF that I use. I got it from work, so I can upload the PDF. I'll get it when I get a chance. I'll put it on Google Drive or something like that, and I'll link you to it. Are you up and running on your machine yet? I don't remember if you said. Excuse me. No, Eddie, I wouldn't buy their stand. It's overpriced. I just bought my own. Yeah, do the all the calibrations and everything on your machine, Pat, and then do the charts. I'll email me to printhouse@gmail, and I'll get the PDF of the ones that I just showed you. Or a flex. You're running the Flexi package, right? I think I might even have the Flexi file. If I have that, I'll send that over to you. And the PDF. For the Flexi file, I set it up in Pages or something like that. You'll have to figure it out. The PDF, I don't know if it's in Pages or not, but when I did the Flexi file, I just imported everything into Flexi and I just printed them. With the VersaWorks, I printed up the I printed up some other color charts on the Bn20. Turned out really nice. This is on the Bn20. Some nice vibrant colors on there, huh? So you get text size. It's a really good one. These, I think, one of these might have been a JPEG. One wasn't. But yeah, this was printed on the Bn20. So those are on the Oracle 3164. I like that 3164 and 5. I like all those cheaper Oracles. So far, they've been good, and the prices are lower, and the HP media I use is going up. And my camera keeps following me for motion detection. So that's it, guys. I did 500. I did 500 in that time talking to you. There's the rest of them on the table. Oh, hey, Pat, I just did another calibration today because I installed a new yellow ink cart yesterday or whatever day. And I did a print head calibration. First one I've done since I've had it. So that's pretty good to do, except it wasted a lot of media. So anyways, I'm going to take off, guys. That's it for this Bn20. Unless you guys have any other questions about it or anything else. I mean, I'm going to be up for a while. No problem, Eddie. I mean, I wasn't expecting to talk. Sometimes, like in my shop, like on my TV, I just put people's channels on and let them go, even if they're lives, not talking or videos. That's what I do. I just, I support everyone else and let their videos play. To printhouse@gmail. Look, if you look at my about page on YouTube, it'll have the actual spelling, but it's just like the name on here. Printhouse@gmail. Yep. And if anybody wants any print work done that I do that you don't do, hit me up. I'll give you wholesale pricing. That's what this job is here. I get about 2 jobs a week from YouTube people. Then I have some people that they are regular. So, but about 2 people new a week, roughly. This is a new job this week too. So, I don't post much on Instagram, but I should. So, but that's it, guys. I'm going to take off, and I appreciate everyone coming in and chatting. So if you need anything, you need any help, just go ahead and send me an email to that email I just said, and it's also in the description and or on my about page. So that's it. Good night, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.